Welcome to the YouTube live broadcast of Sumrall High School football, where tonight your Sumrall Bobcats will take on the Lawrence County Cougars. We are live at Lawrence County Stadium in Monticello, Mississippi. The captains are making their way to the 50-yard line to midfield. Tonight, your captains are Tyler Albert, number 30, and number 33, Ethan McNeil. We're going to get right into your starting lineups. At left tackle should be number 77, sophomore Desmond Woolard. At left guard, number 70, junior Erickson Pros. At center, number 56, sophomore Caden Cochran. At right guard, number 63, sophomore Reagan McGrew. At right tackle, number 50, junior Brody Bass. At the H-back position, you're either going to see number 13, sophomore Owen Hatton, or number 44, freshman Tucker Barrett. At the tight end position, your starter will be number 81, junior Aiden Ballman. At running back, number 19, junior Trevor Daniels. For the year, he's got 118 carries for 545 yards on the season. He's averaging 4.6 yards a carry, and he's got 7 touchdowns on the year. You may also see him at quarterback some, but the starting quarterback is going to be number 6, a sophomore Landon Hawkins. He has completed 46 passes on 84 attempts. He's looking at a 55% completion rating. He's passed for 685 yards this season. He's averaging 14.9 yards of reception, or completion rather. He's got 5 TDs to 1 INT. The wide receivers should be a combination of number 10, a junior William Hodges. He's got 14 receptions on the year for 243 yards, averaging 17.4 yards of reception and 1 TD. Number 3, junior Malik McNair, 13 receptions for 209 yards. He's averaging 16 yards of reception. He has 1 TD on the year. Number 2, junior Jonathan Nelson. He's got 13 receptions for 178 yards. He's averaging 13.7 yards per reception with 3 TDs. And we look to have freshman number 17, Braylon Harrison, back. He was out last week, but he looks to be back this week, according to Coach White. He's got 5 receptions on the year for 48 yards. He's averaging 9.6 yards of reception. Now on the defensive side of the ball for your Bobcats, at one end, number 97, a senior, Braden Harvey. He's got 1 sack, 10 solo tackles, and 15 total tackles on the season. At nose guard, number 95, a senior, Carter Clark, with 17 solo tackles and 29 total. At the other end, number 96, a sophomore, Brendan Lewis, with 20 solo tackles and 38 total tackles. The linebacking core will be as follows. Number 8, senior Cooper Fortenberry. He has 40 solo tackles on the year and 65 total tackles. Number 13, a sophomore, Owen Hatton, with 20 solos and 30 total tackles. The other linebacker is going to be number 23, a junior, Luke Maskew, 58 solos and 84 total tackles. He has an interception as well. Linebacker number 1, a senior, Jordan Ware. He's going to make sure the guys are lined up where they need to be on the defensive side of the ball. 42 solo tackles to 69 total tackles. And number 24, a senior, Timothy Gray, with 9 solo tackles and 24 total. At one cornerback position, you're going to have number 2, a junior, Jonathan Nelson. He's got 2 interceptions on the year and 9 solo tackles to 11 total tackles. At free safety, number 4, a senior, Justin Ardrey. 25 solo tackles to 43 total tackles and an INT. And at the other cornerback, number 3, junior Malik McNair, 14 solos and 25 total tackles. He's got 2 INTs on the year. Those are your starting lineups. We've got the captains out at midfield meeting with the officials. Your Bobcats are going to be in their white helmets with the blue S on the sides, white jerseys with white jerseys with white pants. The Bobcats won the toss. They deferred to the second half, and the Lawrence County Cougars are going to receive the ball to start this game. We've got about 3.5 minutes until kickoff. As you might be able to tell on YouTube, it is the pink out game here in Lawrence County, and there is a lot of pink and a lot of pink balloons here. Your Bobcats are behind the sign, the Bobcats sign. They're going to be running onto the field from the left. Lawrence County is on your right. The Bobcats have taken the field, and we are getting close to kickoff. We are awaiting the Lawrence County Cougars to take the field. And as you can probably tell and hear, here come the Cougars. We are in some close quarters up here, so the angles are not necessarily preferable for this broadcast. So I will try to do my best to bring you the action, especially when it gets into the red zone and scoring situations. So the cheerleaders and the fans are clearing the field. The Lawrence County kickoff return team has taken the field. Number 45, Isaac Shows, is going to lead the Bobcats out to kick off, to handle the kickoff duties tonight. One item of note, a little housekeeping. The last time the Bobcats wore their white jerseys with blue numerals, Trevor Daniels was wearing number 15. But I will update you accordingly. The Bobcat defense will be on the field first, so Shows is out with the ball. He's waiting to tee it up. Lawrence County has their deepest man at the 20. We are eagerly awaiting the sign that we can get this thing kicked off. They've got the scoreboard at 12 minutes now. Shows is getting the ball teed up like he likes it. Most likely going to do some sky kicks. They've got some dangerous return men on this team, and so we want to keep it out of their hands. Oh, fumble. All right. It was a sky kick. The up man for the Cougars fumbled it around the 37, 36, was able to recover, and so that's where the Cougars will start their offensive possession at their own 36-yard line. The Cougars are huddling. They're breaking the huddle. You don't see that very often these days, but they have a 1st and 10 from their own 36 to start this game. They split a guy wide almost to the sidelines. The Cougars want to pass, and he is met by number 95 in the backfield. Carter Clark, the nose guard, met the quarterback. He tried to roll out, drop back and pass, drop back to throw a pass, and there was absolutely no time. That's going to push it back all the way to the 25, so it's going to be 2nd and about 20. They now come out, split backfield, quarterback under center. He's going to give it off the left side to the running back, and he gets a few yards, but it's going to be 3rd and long for the Cougars, and let's see what Coach Fortenberry and the defense decides to do here. Cougars seem to be very methodical with their offense. Not a fast-paced offense, at least to start the game. They have huddled up each down. The ball sits on the 27-yard line. Quarterback is going to be under center. He's going to give it to one of the running backs, and there was absolutely nowhere for the guy to go. It lost more yards back to about the 20-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 4th and forever. And the punting unit for the Cougars will come out. The clock is ticking with 10 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Jonathan Nelson is back deep for the Bobcats. The Cougars split 2 men out wide. In what in the world? Somebody moved early. Let's see if the Bobcats were drawn off sides. If not, it's going to be 5 yards. And, in fact, they were drawn off sides. So that backs the Cougars up 5 more yards. Jonathan Nelson stands at his 49 right now to receive this punt. The Cougar punter is about standing at his goal line. It's a high snap, but he gets it off. Wobbly kick. It's going to take a Cougar roll, and the Cougars are going to pick it up at the 49 of the Sumrall, and that's where your Sumrall Bobcats will start their first drive. So Sumrall starts their first drive of the game at their own 49. Trevor Daniels is in the game. He is wearing number 15, but he is in there. Hawkins is in the shotgun with trips to the right. They are looking to the sidelines. He's awaiting the snap. He faked it to Daniels. He keeps it on the right. He's going to slide down to about the 42-yard line of the Cougars. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Bobcats. Clock is running at 8 minutes, 58 seconds. We have no score in the ball game. The Bobcats are going to have trips to the left this time. Daniels is on Hawkins' left shoulder. Hawkins is in a pistol formation. He gets the snap. He wants to pass. He does pass, but the pass was deflected at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete, so that's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Bobcats. Looks like Aiden Ballman is checking in, and Malik McNair checks out. You've got Daniels and Hawkins in the backfield. They give to Daniels, but Daniels doesn't have anywhere to go, and he's stacked up. May have lost a couple of yards. That's going to bring up 4th and about 4 for the Bobcats. And it's decision time for Coach White. And he's going to send J.P. Parrish out to punt this ball away. Parrish has had 24 punts on the year. He averages 39.4 yards per punt. 8 minutes, 4 seconds left to go in the first quarter. No score. Parrish awaits the snap. Kind of a low snap, but plenty of time to get away. He boots it away. The Cougars are going to let it bounce, and it takes a Cougar bounce. But the Bobcats are able to down it at about the 15, where the Cougars will set up on offense again. As I mentioned earlier, we were in some tight quarters up here. The angles are tough at times, so bear with us. Cougars get to the ball on the 16. They're on 16. Quarterback's under center again. He hands it off, and the running back is met by Cooper Fortenberry in the hole. That is a great way. That is textbook linebacker play, and that's going to be a loss of yards. Looks like he lost about 4 yards. So that's going to bring it back. The ball rests on the 14-yard line of the Cougars. So it's about 2nd and 14. Cougars break huddle. Quarterback is under center once more. He's got a split backfield. He gives it to the running back. Running back's running hard up the middle for positive yards. Looks like Nelson and McNair were on the tackles. Number 32, Cade Broom, is in the game right now for the Bobcats. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. The Cougars are huddling once more. They break the huddle. And let's see if the Bobcats can get a stop and get off the field. Get the ball back to their offense. They give it around the end. He's got some room. And it looks like he stepped out of bounds. He got the first down. He stepped out of bounds at the 50, and that's going to be enough for a first down and to move the chains. So the Cougars move the chains for the first time tonight at the 50. Looks like the Bobcats look like they're bringing pressure. And number 96, Brendan Lewis, meets the running back in the backfield once more for a yard loss. That's going to be 2nd and 11 as the Cougar offense huddles back up. This Bobcat defense on the first and second down has been very stingy tonight. The clock runs with 5 minutes, 42 seconds left in the first quarter. No score. The Cougars are under center again. They've got 2 wideouts to the left, a split backfield, and the quarterback is going to take it and keep it. He tried to keep it just kind of a bootleg around the left end, and Jordan Ware was once again in the backfield waiting on him, trips him up. So that moves the ball back to the Cougar 44. So you've got 3rd and long again. And let's see what the Bobcat defense can do here. Last time they had 3rd and long. They allowed the Cougars to get out of it and move the chains. The Cougars are under center once more. They send a man in motion. Little misdirection, and he had a hole wide open. And once again, he's going to stiff arm, and he's down to the 20, to the 15. The Cougars got into the red zone. It was a little misdirection, caught the Bobcats sleeping. Malik McNair was there. He tried to get him down a few yards back before, but he broke the tackle. He was able to get him down at the Bobcat 14. With 4 minutes, 34 seconds left in the first quarter, the Cougars are in the red zone for the first time. They're under center again. They give it this time up the middle, and he is met by a host of Bobcats. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see. He got back to the line of scrimmage, they're saying, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. The clock is running with 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Cooper Fortenberry was there on the tackle, one of the senior linebackers who's all over the field, one of the leaders on his team in tackles. The Cougars break the huddle. It's 2nd and 10. The quarterback is under center. Looked like he was going to fumble the snap for a second. He was able to get to the corner, and he's going to get down to about the 8-yard line. And that's going to bring up third and about 5. That's going to stop the clock at 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 0-0. Cougars are threatening. They're inside the 10. They can get a first down, but the Bobcats want to hold here and force a fourth down. Little misdirection. And let's see if second effort is going to get the Cougars a first down. It's going to be short. Looks like they spot it short, 4th and 1. One of the Cougars comes up. There's a flag now thrown. There's a little talking going back and forth. One of the Cougars players is walking over to the sidelines and having a discussion with the official. Now the official's having a discussion with the Cougar coach. Looks like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Cougars. So that's going to back them up 15 yards. The official is having a conversation with the Cougar coach right now. We've got 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Cougars ball deep in the Bobcat territory. The Cougars have just been called for an unsportsmanlike conduct, though, and that's going to back them up 15 yards. So you go from a 4th and short to a 4th and looks like almost 15, maybe 16. So it is 4th down from the 20-yard line of the Bobcats. The Cougars break huddle. And let's see if your Bobcat defense can hold right here. Cougars quarterback will be under center once more. Little misdirection. He hands it off. He's got some running room. He's down to the 10, to the 5. And did he get in? They mark him at the 1. It was kind of hard from this angle to tell if he had gotten in or not. The officials say no. But once again, the Bobcat defense had a 4th and long, and they were able to pick up the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Cougars from the 1. Your Bobcat defense has its back against the wall here, and let's see if they can force a stand. They were able to do it last week against Purvis. Let's see what they have. The quarterback takes it. He didn't need much. The ball is loose, and it looks like the Bobcats have recovered, but let's see what was he down? No, he wasn't down. The officials, it was a late touchdown signal, but the Cougars get on the board first with a 1-yard score from the quarterback. It was just a simple quarterback sneak up the middle. So with 2 minutes, 56 seconds left in the first quarter, your Cougars take an early lead. They are lined up for an extra point. And they are calling it no good. So the Cougars are going to lead 6-0 with 2 minutes, 56 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Bobcat defense had their chances to stop them. They had a couple of 3rd and longs and a 4th and long, and each time the Cougars were able to get out of it and live for another day and another set of downs. So let's see if your Bobcat offense can answer. Bobcat kickoff return, trots out onto the field. You've got Malik McNair and Jonathan Nelson deep for the Bobcats. They stand at about their 15. And let's see if the Cougars kick this away, or are they going to do a sky kick similar to what the Bobcats did. You never know when it comes to high school football. The kicker is set. He approaches the ball ever so slowly and kicks a little squib kick. Looks like the Cougars were going to be called for offsides, though. That's going to back them up 5, and we will re-kick. It's 2 minutes, 56 seconds left in the first quarter. The Cougars have gotten on the board first, 6-0. Touchdown, and then they missed the extra point. They are going to kick it again. This time from their 35-yard line. And let's see what the Bobcat offense can do. McNair and Nelson are still back deep. McNair's at about the 30, and Nelson stands at the 20. Little sky kick. Ardrey fields it, calls for a fair catch at the 35-yard line of the Bobcats, and that's where Sumrall's offense will set up as they get the ball back. Hawkins in at quarterback. You've got Braylon Harrison, Malik McNair, Nelson, and Hodges as your wideouts. Hawkins awaits the snap. He now looks over to the sidelines to get a few signals in. They've got a 1st and 10 from their 35. Good starting field position. He gets the snap. He wants to pass. He's got it for Hodges and just a little bit overthrown. He had time. Hodges had a step on the defender. But it just a little bit out of Hodges' reach, and it falls incomplete. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 35 with 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hawkins is in a shotgun, twins on either side. Daniels to his left shoulder. He gets the snap. He hands it to Daniels, and Daniels is going to try to go up the middle. He actually got up to about the 38, but they blew the whistle dead at the, the 37, saying that his forward progress had stopped. So that's going to bring up third and about 8. Hawkins and company await the signals. Number 78, Trent Sanders, is in there on the line, on the offensive line. Hawkins is awaiting the snap. He gets the snap. He wants to pass again. He's got a screen for Daniels up the middle. Daniels is still on his feet up to about the 41-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Just a little screen play, middle of the field. Dumped it to Daniels, and he did the rest. He rumbled up to the 46-yard line of the Cougars. That's going to move the chains, give them a first down. And let's see what the Bobcats do here. They've got trips to the right. They've got Braylon Harrison to the boundary. Daniels is on his right shoulder. He wants to pass a little slant action that was a little bit behind Nelson. Falls incomplete, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Bobcats. The clock has stopped with 1:23 to go in the first quarter. If you just joined us on YouTube Live, the Cougars have taken a 6-0 lead over the Bobcats. Bobcats have a 2nd and 10 from the Cougar 46. Twins on either side. Hawkins sends McNair in motion, gets the snap. He wants to pass. He's in trouble, and he's going to take a sack back to about the 45 of the Bobcats, which is going to bring up third. My gracious, third and about 20. And let's see what the Bobcats can do to get this in a more manageable 4th down situation, or possibly a first down. They have the power. They have the firepower to pick up the first down, but let's see what they dial up. It's going to be twins on either side. Daniels is going to be on Hawkins' left shoulder. He's going to give it. He's going to fake it. Oh! He slid. Took a hit anyway. Hawkins is a little slow getting up. And that was, though it was positive yardage, it was not enough for a first down. Nowhere near. It's going to leave them with a 4th and 15. And J.P. Parrish is going to come out to punt this ball away back to the Cougars. We're at midfield. The ball rests on the 50 in the pink paw print. The first quarter is going to come to an end with your Cougars leading, or their Cougars leading, rather, 6-0. The Bobcats had some opportunities there to move the chains, but just couldn't make it happen. And so the Bobcats have chosen to punt the ball away. They will be going from right to left to start the second quarter, trailing 6-0. The Bobcats come out on the ball. Parrish is back to receive the snap from Hodges. Lawrence County actually has 2 men back. Good snap. He gets it away. Kind of a low, wobbly kick that's going to take a Sumrall bounce. And let's see if they can get down there. They were able to get down there took a tremendous Sumrall roll. Bobcats were able to get down there and down it at the 1-yard line. So the Cougars are 99 yards from pay dirt with 11 minutes 50 seconds left to go in the first half. They lead the Bobcats 6-0, but they've got a long way to go. It's 1st and 10 from their own 1. And if you're the Bobcats, you would really like to see the defense get a 3 and out or possibly a turnover. Get this ball back. Give the offense some good field position. Number 10, Hodges, is in there at a cornerback spot. They give the ball off the left end, it looks like, and they get, looks like it. They picked up about 6 yards. It's going to be about a 2nd and 4. Didn't get a good view of who brought him down, but it's going to be 2nd and 4. Cougar quarterback is under center. He's going to give it to the right side. They've got a little bit of running room, and let's see if he's got enough for the first down. It looked like he did. Looked like he got about 5 yards. So that's going to move the chains. Going to push it out to about the 11-yard line where they will start with a 1st and 10. They break huddle. They are not a high-tempo offense, but they break huddle. They're under center. And they give the ball, and he's got some more positive yards. Cooper Fortenberry was on the tackle, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 2, so about an 8-yard gain on that run. They've pushed it out to about the 20-yard line. If you're a Bobcat fan, you really want to see them get a stop here. 2nd and short. Cougars under center. They give it off the left side, and he's got some running room. And let's see if Audrey can, well, he just stepped out of bounds. Audrey had an angle on him, but before he could get there to him, he stepped out of bounds, but that's going to be enough for a first down. So that's going to push the ball out to the 39 of the Cougars, give them a 1st and 10 as they break huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. They've got some tough running backs that are just hard to bring down. Quarterback under center. Give it again, this time off the right side, and they're just a host of Bobcats are trying to bring him down. Number 5, Huddleston's in there. Number 10, Hodges. Hatton, number 13. They were trying to get him down, but not before he got a first down. And now they're in Bobcat territory. So on this drive, the Cougars have moved it from their own 1-yard line. Now the ball rests between the 48 and the 49-yard line of the Bobcats. It's 1st and 10, and if you're the Bobcat defense, you really want to get off the field at this point. Looks like Coach Fortenberry's going to dial up some pressure, and he did. And there were people in the backfield, but he hurdles one guy, and Hodges is there to kind of wrestle him down. He was the first Bobcat there. But that's going to bring up 2nd and 4. He got about 6 yards. They are picking up some chunks of yards on this drive. Once again, the drive started at the 1, the Cougar 1. They're now out to the Bobcat 42 with about a 2nd and 4 to go. They give it off the right side, and he's got some running room, and Audrey is there trying to wrestle him down, and these guys are just hard to bring down. Tough running backs. That's enough for a first down, and that's going to move it. Let's see where they're going to – that's going to bring it to the Bobcat 22-yard line and another first down, and they're just rotating these running backs in. A very slow, methodical drive for the Cougars. They don't seem to be in a hurry. They're still huddling up. So it's 1st and 10. The quarterback is under center. He gives it. They're now on the right. Going on the left side. Not much there as the Bobcat defense rallies and stops them for a 2-yard gain. Number 8, Cooper Fortenberry, was in on the tackle, and number 97, Harvey, was there. Once again, the Cougars are breaking huddle. It's 7 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the first half. Quarterback under center again. 2nd and 8. The Bobcats are really needing to get off the field. Little misdirection. Jordan Ware, number 1, was there on the tackle, but not before he got positive yards, and so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 from the Bobcat 15. If you're the Bobcats, you really need to stop here. It's 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Once again, nothing really fancy when it comes to the Cougar offense. Just some really hard running from their running backs. They give it now off the left end, and he's got some running room. He's down to the 5. Let's see. He got into the end zone, and that's going to make it 12-0 Cougars over the Bobcats. The home team, the home crowd is getting into it now. Looks like the Cougars are going to go for 2 here to try to get it to a 2-touchdown game. They actually have 2 wideouts this time and a wing back, running back. The quarterback is going to take, bootleg, and is he going to get there? Not sure if he got there or not. An official goes down, and he says he didn't get in, and so that's going to keep it at 12-0. He was right at the pylon, the Cougar quarterback was. Met by a host of Bobcats that pushed him out of bounds and kept him from getting the 2-point conversion. In the process, one of the officials went flying. But the Cougars extend the lead on our Bobcats nonetheless, 12-0 with 6 minutes, 34 seconds left to go in the first half as the Bobcats get ready to receive this kickoff. Jonathan Nelson, number 2, and Malik McNair, number 3, are going to go back deep for the Bobcats. They're going to set up on their 15, it looks like. Between their 15 and the 20. Looks like they're expecting possibly a pooch kick or a sky kick again. The Cougar kicker is stepping it off. He's got the ball teed up. He approaches the ball. Kicks it, lands at about the 22-yard line of the Bobcats, but goes out of bounds. So that's going to give the Bobcats some good starting field position at their own 35 as the offense comes back out. 6 minutes, 34 seconds left to go in the first half. The Bobcats trail 12-0. as they get the ball back on their own 35. Good starting field position for the Bobcats. Hawkins is back in the shotgun in the quarterback position. He's got Trevor Daniels in the backfield. Hodges, Nelson, McNair, and Harrison are your wide receivers. They've got twins to either side. Hawkins is in the shotgun. He sends Nelson in motion. He's going to give it to Daniels up the middle, and Daniels has some running room. Gets up from the 35 up to about the 49 of the Bobcats. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Braylon Harrison checks out, and Owen Hatton, number 13, checks in for the Bobcats. You've got Ballman in at tight end. They're in a little bunch set. The receivers are to the left side. Hawkins was under center. He gives it to Daniels up the middle, and Daniels gets it out to, that wasn't the 49. That was the 44. He's going to get it out to about the that's going to get it out to about the Bobcat 46, and that's going to bring up 1st down. So they move the chains. Nelson and Hodges are to one side. Hatton in the H-back position on the right side. They send Nelson in motion. They're going to give it again to Daniels off the left side. He's going to get a couple to make it 2nd and 8 from the 48. So it's 2nd and 8. Clock runs with 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Bobcats trying to make something happen and get on the board before halftime. They do get the ball to start the second half, so they would love to go in with some momentum and points on the board. Hawkins is in the shotgun with Daniels on his right shoulder. He gets the snap. He wants to pass. Gets it to Nelson out in the flat. He's got some room up to the Cougar 41, which is going to move the chains again. That's going to stop the clock while they move the chains. So that's going to give the Bobcats a 1st and 10 from the Cougar 41. Nice pass and catch from Hawkins and Nelson. Able to push it up and get the 1st down. Let's see, was that complete? They're going to call it complete again to Nelson. That's going to take the ball to the 37 of the Cougars. So it's going to be 2nd and 6. Hawkins is in the shotgun. He's got Hatton, who's actually split wide. Nelson and Hodges are on the left side. Daniels is on his left shoulder. He gets the snap. He wants to pass again. It's a little quarterback keeper up the middle. And let's see where they spot him on that. Looks like it's going to be at the 35. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Clock runs with 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Bobcats looking to put something together and put some points on the board. Hawkins is going to go under center this time. The lone back in the backfield is Trevor Daniels. Oh, my gosh, and our offensive line moved ever so slightly. That's going to back us up 5 yards and make it 3rd and about 8 to go. That's going to move it back to the Cougar 40. Two minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Bobcats trying to get something together to get on the board before halftime. Hawkins is in the shotgun. Daniels on his left shoulder. He awaits the snap. He gets the snap. He's going to fake it to Daniels. He had Ballman out in the flat, but it was batted down. So with 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go, that's going to bring up 4th and 8. And J.P. Parrish is going to come on the field to punt this ball away. Ballman had some running room, but a good play by the Cougar defense to bat the ball down. You got to feel like the Bobcat offense is, they can move it some, but the drives just stall. Parrish gets the punt away. He's going to, he fumbled it into the end zone. He's in the end zone. He's trying to bring it out. He brings it out to looks like about the 11. Looked like number 54 for the Bobcats was on the tackle. Gavin Glass. So that's going to give the Cougars a first down on their own 10 with 2 minutes, 7 seconds left. The last drive the Cougars had, they drove 99 yards for a touchdown. Bobcats desperately need to get a stop here. Try to get the ball back to the offense before halftime. They actually split a guy out wide. Hand it off. He's got some room. He had some room, but Nelson laid a big hit on him, and it looked like the ball bounced out. Cougars got the ball back, though. If they called it a fumble, he may have been down. It was hard to tell from this angle, but it's 2nd and 8 for the Cougars. Clock is running with 1:40 left in the first half. Cougars still huddling. They break the huddle. A contrast in offensive philosophies here with the Cougars are methodical, and they run the ball, and just like the quarterback keeper off the right end, and that's going to move the chains. They huddle up, as opposed to the Bobcats. We are on the ball and trying to go a little bit faster. So that's going to take it under a minute left in the first half. The Cougars have a 1st and 10. Hand off to the left side. Cade Broom was there on the tackle. Looked like he lost a yard, so that's going to be 2nd and 11. The Cougars had some success on that, going to the left side, but not that time. Still under center. The clock is now down to less than 20 seconds in the first half. They give it off the right side, but there are plenty of Bobcats there. The ball, did they call him down? They say he was down, but the ball popped out at the last second. So that's going to bring 3, 2, 1. That's going to take us to the half. And at halftime, your Bobcats trail 12-0 to Lawrence County. The Bobcats do get the ball back to start the second half. We appreciate y'all bearing with us as we are in some cramped quarters, and we've got a still camera going right now. Before we get to halftime, this is, of course, a district game. Elsewhere in the district, Columbia is taking on Purvis at Purvis. Then you've got Poplarville travel to Forest County AHS tonight. We will get you scores just as soon as we have them. But we are going to take a break while the Spirit of Sumrall takes the field to perform their halftime show for your halftime entertainment. But once again, your Bobcats trail 12-0 at halftime. They do get the ball back to start the second half. You're listening to and watching Bobcat football on YouTube Live.
2, Joy of Man's Desiring, and part 3 on Little Fugue in G minor. And now, under the field command of Drum Major Angie Bell, the Lawrence County Cougar Marching Band. excellent rating at state competition last weekend. A lot of hard work, a lot of sweat. Let's make some noise for them. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to direct your attention to the home side field track. Students, grandparents, parents, and all Cougar fans, at this time, we want to recognize the students you see before you. Each scored proficient or advanced and or showed growth on our state testing in the 2021-22 school year. As you know, these scores play a huge role in our accountability rating from MDE. This year, the Lawrence County School District earned a rating of successful. We thank you, students, parents, grandparents, and teachers, for your hard work over the past year, and we encourage you to keep striving for excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate these students with your applause.
Welcome back to the YouTube live broadcast of Sumrall High School football. We are broadcasting live from Lawrence County on the campus of Lawrence County High School. It's a district game where your Bobcats are trailing 12-0, about to start the second half. We do have a few scores to get you caught up. In the Columbia-Purvis game, Columbia is winning around halftime, 27-0. Poplarville late in the second quarter is beating Forest County AHS 42-0. If you're going to be around the TV tomorrow or making your way to a college game, Ole Miss takes on Auburn and Oxford tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Mississippi State travels to Kentucky to take on the Wildcats tomorrow night at 6:30. That will be broadcast on the SEC Network. It's homecoming in Hattiesburg for the USM Golden Eagles as they take on Arkansas State at 6. And if you can't make it out to the Rock, it will be broadcast on ESPN+. And then for my Mississippi College Choctaws, they travel to Valdosta State to take on the Valdosta State team at 2 o'clock. You can get the audio and video at gochoctaws.com. So there's the slate of the big colleges in Mississippi as far as their schedule goes tomorrow. But here, the business at hand, your Bobcats will receive the ball to start the second half. They were able to move the ball on the Cougars, but in the first half, but the drives would stall, and they would have to punt it away. The Cougars were able to have a couple of long drives and get it in the end zone. But for Sweets 4A, the score is 12-0 as we start the second half. Or for him, since he's an LSU fan, the third quarter, that would be 12 minutes are on the clock. The Cougars are in kickoff formation. The kicker's approaching the ball. He boots it away to about the 20. Went to about the 20, 25. William Hodges, number 10, William Hodges, received it, took it up to about the 33-yard line of the Bobcats. Once again, the Bobcats have good starting field position. They've really not been pinned deep in their territory all night. They've had some good starting position. But let's see if they can close this drive with a touchdown. I know Coach White and his staff would really like to come away with points here to open up the second half and kind of try to steal away some of this momentum. Hawkins is in the shotgun, kind of a low snap. He gets it out to Nelson, and Nelson looked like he was trying to run before he pulled the ball in, and he dropped it as he was trying to make a cut. So that's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Once again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to the YouTube live broadcast of Sumrall High School football. Thank you for bearing with us as we have a still camera. Daniels is going to take it off the right tackle, and he's rumbling down to about the 48, 49-yard line of the Cougars. That's going to move the chains. That's really what you needed for the Bobcats. Looked like he had taken it up to about the 48 of the Cougars, but they place it at the 50. Hawkins back in the shotgun. He's got Daniels on his left shoulder. Fakes it to Daniels. He wants to pass. He's got it out to Hodges. Hodges has some room. He's got it. He's up to the 40, the 38. 38-yard line of the Cougars. Get into Cougar territory, and they move the chains. A little bit of a wide receiver screen there. And that's going to move the chains. It's going to reset the downs. The Bobcats have 1st and 10. Clock runs at 10 minutes, 45 seconds. Cougars winning 12-0 at this point. Bobcats trying to get something together. Hawkins is in the shotgun. He's got trips to the right. He gets the snap. He fakes it. He gets it out to McNair at a little wide receiver screen on the other side. McNair slips one tackle. Let's see where they're going to spot him. Looks like it's going to be around the 35-yard line. Just rest right outside the 35. That's going to bring up 2nd and a long 6 for the Bobcats. 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. The Bobcats are on the ball. Hawkins is in the shotgun. Daniels is on his left shoulder. Fakes it to Daniels. He's going to give it to Daniels. Daniels has a big hole up the middle, dragging Cougars with him all the way up to about the 19 or 18-yard line of the Cougars. That's going to move the chains. It's going to be 1st down Bobcats. They spot the ball at the 18-yard line of the Cougars. So the Bobcats are in the green zone because it's the money zone. Hawkins is back in the shotgun. Daniels is on his right shoulder. Gets the snap. Gives it to Daniels, but there was nothing doing that time. He was looking to go up the middle again, but the Cougars sniffed it out. Met him in the backfield. That's going to push us back to, let's see, the 25-yard line. It's going to be about 2nd and 15 or so. Owen Hatton, number 13, checks in for the Bobcats. Hawkins is in the shotgun. He's got Daniels on his right shoulder. Kind of a bunch formation to the right. Lone receiver to the left. Tried to get it to Nelson on a little jet sweep, and nothing doing there. The Cougars were there. Pushed them back. They lost yardage again, so the Bobcat offense is going in reverse. It seems like they're back to the 31-yard line of the Cougars. They've got to get all the way, it looks like, to the 9 to get a 1st down. McNair and Harrison check in at the wide receiver spots. They've got trips to the left. Hawkins is in the shotgun. Daniels on his left shoulder. Gets it to Nelson on a wide receiver screen, and there was nothing there. The Cougars were not fooled by that. So that's going to bring up 4th and a country mile from the Cougar 30. 8 minutes, 43 seconds left. Clock's ticking in the third quarter. Score is 12-0 Cougars, but the Bobcats are desperately trying to put something together to get some points on the board to start this second half. They received the opening kickoff. So it's 4th and forever, and let's see what Coach White has dialed up for the Bobcat offense. Hawkins in the shotgun. Daniels on his left shoulder. He throws it to Harrison out in the flat. Harrison is fighting for some yards, but there were 2 Cougar defenders in the area. May have picked up 2 or 3, but nothing more, and that's going to turn the ball over on downs. The Bobcats were kind of in a no man's land area where it was too short to punt, but too far to kick a field goal, and so at that point, you might as well go for it. The Cougars are going to start on their own 28-yard line. And let's see if the Bobcats can get a 3 and out here. Nothing fancy, just goes to the right, off tackle. Number 13, Owen Hatton, was there this time to meet the running back in the backfield. He's going to lose about 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 14 from the Cougar 25. Looks like there's a new quarterback in for the Cougars. They continue to huddle. They break the huddle. Like I said, they've not done anything tremendously fancy. It's just they've got some tremendous running backs who run hard. Looks like, was the ball on the ground? Looks like there was a fumble, or the Cooper Fortenberry is coming up off the turf with the ball, and it looks like there was a center exchange issue for the Cougars. That's going to give the ball back to the Bobcat offense. With 6 minutes, 13 seconds left in the third quarter, the Bobcat defense comes away with a takeaway. That's going to be starting field position at the Cougar. They're calling it the 23-yard line. Trips to the right. Hawkins is in the shotgun. Gives it to fake me out. Faked it to Daniels, and there was a flag on the play. He faked it to Daniels and then took it himself around the right end. Had some really good running room, but let's see what this flag is going to be about. Looks like it's going to be coming back. Holding on the Bobcats. Hawkins faked me out there by keeping it. Thought Daniels was going up the middle. So Hawkins is in at the shotgun. It's actually a 1st and 6, which you don't see that often, but it's a spot foul. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so 1st and 6. Hawkins wants to pass. He's got a guy. Hodges is in the back of the end zone. Oh, he almost came up with it. Would have been a circus catch, a very acrobatic catch in the back of the end zone. But it fell incomplete. So that's going to be 2nd and 6. Clock stops at 5 minutes, 31 seconds in the third quarter. Bobcats trying to punch this in. Hawkins is in the shotgun. He's barking some signals at the offensive line. Now he looks over at Coach White and the coaching staff to get the final signals. Everybody said he gets the snap. He wants to pass. Oh, he's pressured, and wow. Hawkins, I don't think, ever saw the guy coming out of nowhere, and he just got leveled for a sack, and that's now going to put you behind the sticks. back to the 29-yard line of the Cougars. The clock runs with 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. So Hawkins stays in. He's in the shotgun. They're looking at the sidelines for the signals. They're going to have trips to the left. Let's see. Looks like Coach White wants to take a timeout and talk this over. It's third and about 16 or 17, and so while it's not a preferable down and distance, you still want to do the best you can to come away with points here to kind of cut into this lead, because the Cougar offense has had the momentum most of the night. Once again, the score is 12-0, Lawrence County over Sumrall. We appreciate y'all tuning in to the YouTube live broadcast of Sumrall football. Understand this arrangement and this angle is not the most conducive. But what you've got here is about a 3rd and 16 from the 29 of the Cougars. Hawkins wants to pass, and that's intercepted. He had his man Nelson down there, overthrew him just a tad, and the Cougars have taken back over deep in their own territory at the 6-yard line with 5 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. With the lead, the Cougars take the ball over, and they've got the lead. And let's see if your Bobcat defense can get a 3-and-out. It's a long way to go for the Cougar offense to score, but we saw them in the first half take a 99-yard drive to a touchdown. They break huddle. They're up to the line. He's going under center again. The ball's on the ground again, and let's see if the Bobcats come up with it again. The Bobcat defense are saying yes. Once again, Cooper Fortenberry's at the bottom of the pile, as he is most every defensive play, and it looks like he came up with a fumble recovery. And so now, if you're the Bobcat offense, you got to feel really good, because it looks like it's at maybe the 2.5 or 3 yard line of the Cougars. It's going to be 1st and goal to go. The Bobcats are bringing in the Rhino package, which is going to be Braden Harvey and Brendan Lewis in, Owen Hatton's in at a H-back. They give it to Daniels, and Hawkins is motioning touchdown. We haven't seen anything from the officials yet. We're under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Looks like it's 2nd and goal from the 1. The Bobcats trying desperately to punch this in. Bobcats are huddling up. They're still in the Rhino package. Hawkins is going to go under center. They've got a bunch formation this time to the left. Daniels is the lone back. They give it to him again, and the Cougars met him in the backfield as he was getting the ball. Didn't fool anybody on the Cougar side. And so it's going to be 3rd and goal now from about the 3 or 4. A little bit difficult to see from this angle. Clock is running with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Daniels is going out. He checks out. Jordan Ware, the senior, checks in. It's 3rd and goal. Hawkins takes the snap. He wants to roll out, and he's going to, oh my gosh, he had a guy there. He had Ballman in the back of the end zone, but Cougar defender was there to break it up at the last second, or that would have been 6 for the good guys. So now it's going to be 4th down for the Bobcats, and they're going to bring in Isaac Shows, it looks like, for the field goal attempt. William Hodges is going to snap. Braden Smith to hold. Isaac Shows to kick. 3 minutes, 46 seconds left. In the middle of the field, just a bad snap, and Braden Smith does the only thing he can do is fall on it. And so once again, the Bobcats are going to come away without any points, and the score stays 12-0 in favor of the Cougars with 3 minutes, 41 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Been a very tough night for the Bobcat offense. Let's see what the Bobcat defense can do. The Bobcat defense has had 2 straight takeaways on fumble recoveries. Quarterback under center. It's a clean snap this time. Jordan Ware's back there. He's running. Nelson, he's in the end zone. Is he out of the end zone? Not sure exactly what happened, but apparently there was a fumble there at some point, and the Bobcats recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. So you had to think that at some point there was going to be a break that was going to go the Bobcats' way, and it certainly did. With 3 minutes, 28 seconds left in the third quarter, your Bobcats get on the scoreboard, cut the lead to 6, so it's 12-6 with the point after attempt to come. Isaac Shows comes back out to attempt the extra point. And let's see if the Bobcats can cut this lead to 5. Boots it through. The point after his attempt is good for Isaac Shows, and so that makes it 12-7. So the Bobcats cut the lead to 5. And the Bobcat defense, that's 3 straight series for the Bobcat defense where the Cougars have turned the ball over. You really couldn't ask for anything more from the defense. So that makes the score 12-7 with 3 minutes, 28 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Shows is going to come out to kick off. He's getting the ball set on the tee. That's got to breathe some life into this Bobcat team that was not having very much success at all on the offensive side. Looks like he's going to sky kick it to an up back. It's fumble. He covers it. Looks like they're going to start at the 39 of the Cougars. Kicked it to an up back. Up back fumbled it, but wisely fell on it. So now it's the Cougars come back out for offense from their own 39. Bobcat defense looking to get a stop here, get their offense the ball again. They've cut the lead to 5 points. Let's see what the Bobcats can do here. They get the handoff. He's met in the backfield by a couple of Cooper Fortenberry was there, of course. Number 8, number 97, Harvey was there. Lost a couple of yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 12 as the Cougars go back into the huddle. They're now back to the 37-yard line in their own territory. Clock runs with 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Bobcats trail 12-7. They give a handoff again, this time to the right side. And once again, Jordan Ware was there, number 1. The senior linebacker was in the backfield as the guy got the handoff, and that's going to make it 3rd and long from the Cougar 35. It's about 3rd and 15, maybe 16. They're huddling up. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third quarter. They lead 12-7 over our Bobcats. Let's see if the Bobcat defense can contain them and get them a handoff again. Oh, they got the handoff. He got some positive yards, but it's going to be 4th and 8 from the Cougar 41, and they're going to bring on the punt unit. That's going to send Jonathan Nelson back deep. He stands at his own 30-yard line. The Cougars are going to split a man wide on either side. We got him covered. A little bit of a high snap. He got the punt away. Very, very short punt. So the ball goes dead at the 43 of Sumrall, where the Bobcat offense will come back to try to get some more points on the board. Looks like you've got Hodges, Nelson, McNair, and Harrison in at the wideouts. Daniels is in at running back. You've got Lockhart, McGrew, Cochran. Daniels is off the right side, and he's got some running room. And he's going to move the chains with that run, and he's into Cougar territory. Looks like at about the Cougar 43. But while we have a moment, looks like Lockhart, Probst, Cochran, McGrew, and Bass are in on the line of offensive line. The big fellas up front. We're under a minute to play in the third quarter. Bobcats have just moved into Cougar territory. Hawkins is in the shotgun. Daniels is on his right shoulder. He now flips him to the left. Snap. Oh, my gosh, it went right through Nelson's hands. Faked it to Daniels. Passed it out to, threw it out there to Nelson as a wide receiver screen, and he had some room, but it just, I know the young man would love to have that back right now. But that's going to stop the clock with 27 seconds. 2nd and 10 for the Bobcats. Hawkins continues in the shotgun. He gets the snap, fakes, gives it to Daniels, and Daniels is just pushing the line of scrimmage forward. That's going to give the Bobcats about a 3rd and 4 to work with. It's going to, the ball is sitting right outside the Cougar 36. We've got 5 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and let's see if Coach White's going to let the clock tick down. So at the end of the third quarter, your Bobcats have cut into the lead of the Cougars. The Cougars are leading 12-7. The Bobcats are driving to try to take the lead. So the Bobcats are going to have 3rd and 4 to start the 4th quarter. They are in Cougar territory. Big 3rd down here. You would love to see the Bobcats move the chains and keep the drive alive. To start the 4th quarter, the Bobcats are going to be going left to right. They were in a huddle. They have rushed up to the line. Hawkins is in the pistol formation. He gives it to Daniels. Daniels goes up the middle. He's got some room. He's down to about the 20-yard line. Let's see where they're going to spot him. He did a little somersault to the 20. They're going to spot him back at the 21 of the Cougars, but the Bobcats move the chains and keep the drive alive, and that's what you want right here. Hatton checks out. Harrison checks back in at wide receiver. Ballman's in there at tight end. Looks like you've got Twins to the left. Sends Nelson in motion. Gives it to Daniels. Daniels is going up the off the left side up to about this 14. The ball rests just inside the 15-yard line. So that's going to be bring up 2nd and 3. 2nd and a long 3. The clock ticks with 11 minutes to go in the contest. You've got Harrison, Hodges, and Nelson in at wide receiver. Trips to the right. Ballman in at tight end. Hawkins gets the ball, gives it back to Daniels. Daniels bounces it to about the 10. Gets down to about the 7-yard line of the Cougars. Just a simple handoff from Hawkins. Goes down to about the, off the right side, down to about the 7-yard line. That's going to set up 1st and goal for the Bobcats. Now let's see. Looks like there was going to be a timeout maybe on the field. The Bobcat offense went over to the coaches, but now the officials are bringing them back. So apparently there was not a timeout. So Hawkins is in the pistol. He's going to give it to Daniels. Daniels may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, not sure. Not much doing there. We've got 10 minutes left to go in the contest. Owen Hatton looked like he was checking out. Now he's going back in. Harrison comes back in. Ballman checks out. Getting the correct personnel in for the right play. So you've got Hatton in at H-back. Hawkins is in the pistol. Daniels on his right shoulder. He takes the snap. He wants to pass. He had Hatton there in the flat, but one of the Cougar defenders got his hand up and batted it down. So that's going to bring up 3rd and goal for the Bobcats. This Cougar defense has been stingy all night. So that stops the clock with 9 minutes, 29 seconds left in the contest. Hawkins has Twins to the right. He's in the shotgun with Daniels on his right shoulder. He's awaiting the snap. He gets the snap. He fakes it to Daniels. He throws it to Harrison, he throws it to Owen Hatton, number 13, and Owen Hatton was wide open, and he could have just walked into the end zone. So that's going to make it 13-12. Your Bobcats have gained the lead. This is the first lead they've had in the game. Shows is on for the point after attempt. Hodges the snap. Braden Smith to hold. Isaac Shows to kick. Snap back, hold down, gets it, boots it right through the middle. And so that extends the lead by 2. So now it's 14-12. Your Bobcats take the lead With 9 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the contest, the Cougars made them work for it. The Cougar defense has been stingy all night with the Bobcat offense, but finally it took the offense a while to get something going, but they've been able to put something together to get in the end zone and get this lead. And let's see if they can hold it for the next 9 minutes, 20 seconds. As Isaac Shows trots back out with the kickoff unit to get the ball teed up. Those pass plays, it seemed like they'd been there for much of the game, but it's they just couldn't connect until now, and they connected. And Hatton was wide open, looked the ball in, and I think he could have walked into the end zone. Shows boots it deep. He takes it at about the 5, bringing it back. He's got some room, and he runs smack into McNair at about the 30. They're going to give him the 31 where the Cougars will set up, but McNair was there. The guy, I think, thought he might run over him, but McNair took him to the ground. Good open field tackle. So with 9 minutes, 10 seconds left in the contest, your Bobcats are trying to hang on to a 2-point lead. The defense has really played well so far this second half. They're going to give it, they gave it off the left end, and Maskew, who is really, really fast, sideline to sideline, met him at the line of scrimmage, and so that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. One of those leaders on the defensive side. He's a junior, so he's going to be back for the Bobcat defense next year. So the Cougars are back at the line, 2nd and 10. The clock's running. They're going to give it back to the right side, and that wasn't fooling the Bobcats there. And so the Cougars have moved backwards. So that's going to bring up about a 3rd and 14 from the Cougar. We're going to call it the Cougar 27. So it's 3rd and long for the Cougars. In the first half, the Cougars really made the Bobcat defense pay on a 3rd and long or 4th and long situation. So let's see if the Bobcats can hold them here. We're under 8 minutes to go. The quarterback looked like he was going to hand the ball off. There was some miscommunication, though. The ball hit the ground, bounced back to the quarterback. He was able to recover it. The Bobcats corralled him. Cooper Fortenberry once again was there on the tackle. And that's going to bring up 4th and long with the punting unit for the Cougars coming out. Looks like they're going to be in a punt safe. They're going to be content to just let the ball bounce. They get it away. Nobody's in the back, and it takes a Bobcat bounce. So the Bobcats are going to have great field position to start with. They're going to start this offensive possession on the Cougar 39. Looks like Lockhart, number 57, is in at left tackle now. Baldwin is in at tight end. They're getting set. Twins to the left. Hawkins is in the shotgun. He's gonna keep it himself, and he's gonna slide down and get some positive yardage up to about, let's see, the 31, 32-yard line. So that's gonna bring up 2nd and about 4. We're under 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 49 seconds left. The Bobcats are nursing a 2-point lead, trying to add to it. Coach White's getting the signals in. Hawkins gets the offensive guys set. Sends Nelson in motion, hands it to Daniels. Daniels goes up the middle for a first down. That's going to move the chains. It's going to get them inside the 30-yard line of the Cougars to about the 25 of the Cougars. Harrison checks out. Hatton checks in. At the H-back position, you got Lockhart, Prost, Cochran, McGrew, and Bass along the front. Those big fellas trying to control that line of scrimmage for our offense. Hatton's going to be on the left. Daniels is behind Hawkins. He takes it right up the middle, and that's going to be close to a first down. He's going to be in the red zone up to the 15, and they're going to move the chains. So that gives the Bobcats another new set of downs. It sits right outside the 15. The clock runs under 5 minutes, 30 seconds left. Your Bobcats trying to extend this 14-12 lead over the Cougars in this big district game. Hawkins gets the snap, gives it to Daniels off the left side. He's running hard down inside the 10. Let's see where the officials spot him. Looks like it's going to be around the 7-yard line. So it's going to be second and about 3. They can get a first down. They don't have to score necessarily to get a first down. We're now under 4 minutes, 45 seconds. Coach White and his offensive coaching staff are methodically sending in the signals, directing traffic. Hawkins is in the pistol this time, gives it to Daniels, and Daniels is going to bull his way down inside the 5. So that's going to move the chains. It's now going to be first and goal from, looks like the 3rd-yard line, the 3-yard line of the Cougars. Clock continues to run. We're now approaching 4 minutes left to go in the game. Bobcats trying to put this one away. Hawkins is now going to be under center. Daniels long back in the backfield. Hawkins is going to keep it. Let's see if they snuck into the end zone. They're going to say no. That's going to bring up second and goal from about the 1-yard line. We're now under 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. So the Bobcats would love to drain some clock and come away with points to make it hard on the Cougars. The ball is, looks like at the 1-yard line, maybe the 1-foot line. It's hard to tell from this angle. Hawkins is under center again. He's going to give it to Daniels, and Daniels is in the end zone for a touchdown. There is no doubt, as Maggie McConaughey said at the Texas-Oklahoma game this past Saturday, leave no doubt, and Daniels left no doubt that was a touchdown. So that extends the lead to 20-12. Bobcats. Isaac Shows is in to attempt a point after. Hodges the snap, Smith the hold, Shows to kick. Snap back, hold down. He gets it, boots it through. So with 2 minutes, 58 seconds left to go in the contest, the good guys lead 21-12. This has been a whale of a ball game for both teams, a hard-fought game. The first half, the Bobcat offense was really anemic and was had it was just a challenge to move the ball on this Bobcat, or excuse me, on the Cougar defense. The Cougar offense had a 99 backbreaker yard drive to score a touchdown. It looked like they were in control of the game, and they were at that point. But this second half, the Bobcats have come out. The defense getting 3 straight turnovers, and the offense getting it into the end zone. And so the Cougars get the ball back. It was a sky kick. He's got some room on the perimeter. He steps out at some point, but that was not what you wanted as a Bobcat fan. With 2 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the contest, the Bobcat defense will come out on this possession deep in their territory. The Cougar offense is going to huddle up. They're going to have the ball to start the drive at the Bobcat 33. So let's see if the Bobcats can continue to contain these Cougars and get out of here with a W. They're under center, split backfield. Oh, and one of the Cougar linemen jumped, clearly upset with himself. That's going to back them up 5 yards. They're going to be behind the chains. Looks like number 32, junior Cade Broom, is in the contest at one of the linebacker spots. Bobcats trying to close this one out. 2 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the game. They've got a 9-point lead, 21-12. We appreciate everybody tuning in to the YouTube Live. That was a busted play, and get him. Oh, fumble, go. McNair's got it. He's to the 10-5 touchdown, and the Bobcats are going to score. Let's see if there are any flags on the play. We don't see any of the yellow laundry on the field, so that should about do it for this game. McNair in the right place at the right time. The Cougars fumbled. McNair wisely picked it up and sprinted into the end zone. And that's going to extend the lead 27-12 with a point after attempt to come. And many of the Cougar faithful are heading for the exits. This has been a hard-fought game. It's a district game. It's a huge game for both teams in the district. The extra point is good, so it's 28-12 with 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. This has been a tale of 2 halves. The first half, the Bobcat offense was just desperately trying to put anything together, and they just couldn't get any points off the drives. But the Cougar offense the running game was just really impressive with the 99-yard drive, and they had another long drive to score their 2 touchdowns. And then in the second half, the Cougar offense turns it over 4 times on fumbles. Three fumbles on 3 consecutive offensive possessions for the Cougars, one ending in a touchdown for the Bobcats as they recover it in the end zone. So Isaac Shows brings the kickoff unit out. He's got the ball teed up. He's stepping it off. Soccer-style kicker. Looks like he's going to boot it deep this time. He approaches the ball, boots it away. The Cougars, it goes through the Cougars' hands once more. They pick it up. And let's see, they pick it up and they get it out to about the 20, and that's where the Cougars are going to start. I don't know if the Cougars have attempted a pass tonight. They don't. The offense does not appear to be built for a comeback. But it's 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. They hand it off, and that didn't go anywhere. The story of this second half, as far as the Cougar offense and the Bobcat defense, the Bobcats have controlled the line of scrimmage in this second half. The clock ticks under 2 minutes to go in the contest. Your Bobcats are winning 28-12. At halftime, it appeared that the Cougars had all the momentum and had a firm grasp on this football game, but the second half, the Bobcats have adjusted and have come out and have controlled the second half. Jordan Ware on that tackle. So that's going to bring up third down. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Cougars from their own 15-yard line. They're still huddling. We're now down. We're approaching a minute left to go in the contest. They break the huddle. The Cougars are going under center again. This is going to be a tremendous victory for the Bobcats. It's a district game. They dropped their first district game to Columbia, came back last week, bounced back to win the Battle of 589. They got even in the district record at 1-1, and now they're about to go to 2-1 in the district. Columbia and Poplarville are firmly in control of their games. Columbia against Purvis and Poplarville against Forest County AHS, the Bobcats' opponent next week. So we're under 10 seconds left to go in the game. The score is going to end up 28-12 in favor of your Sumrall Bobcats. That's going to be the last play. The teams are lining up to shake hands on either side. It was a very hard-fought game. The Bobcats found a way in the second half. It didn't always look pretty, but nonetheless, they found a way to get this victory. Both head coaches approach each other and shake hands, and you can tell from the press box that they look like they've been in a battle. It was a great game to watch. Of course, it's always good when the Bobcats come out on top. But your Bobcats are going to take this district game 28-12 and move to 2-1 on the in the district, and then 6-2 on the year. We appreciate everybody tuning in on the YouTube live broadcast from Lawrence County High School here in Monticello. A little programming note: next week we will be back home at Lions Field, home of the Bobcats, for the home game against Forest County AHS. That is going to be broadcast on the NFHS live stream platform. But for Director Richard Thompson, I am Harris Bell saying so long from Lawrence County High School, where your Bobcats have defeated the Lawrence County Cougars 28-12.